We carry on where we left off in part 1 of the FM18 Youth Development Experiment. We're now going to be going through seasons 4, 5 and 6. Goku's stepping up a level. He's going to League 1 Doncaster. Can he bang in the goals? With a bit of higher difficulty from the score past those defenders and goalkeepers. Was Vegeta still at Barcelona? He's had the odd game time here and there. Can he finally break into Barcelona's first team? Or will they deem him surplus to requirements and move him on? We'll find out today in the second part of our youth development experiment. What is happening, guys? My name is Adam, I am a Super Swan, and welcome to episode 2 of Low Class v Elite, the youth development experiment for FM18. As we explained in the intro there, we're now in season 4, so Goku's had his first season at his new club Doncaster. Without further ado, let's see how they got on. So Vegeta's had the better season, 7.36. Goku had a 7.23. He's had a pay rise since his youth contract, £2,400 a week. But Vegeta is much the better valued player and also on a much better wage as well. So we'll have a look at Goku first. Now, a question I didn't really answer in the first episode was, why did I move Goku to Doncaster? The reason being is that if we left him as a youth player in Maidstone United, I was often finding that the big teams would just sign him straight away. So the Uniteds, the Cities, the Barças, Real Madrids would just come straight in for him and he wouldn't really get the game time that I wanted him to. So by locking him into a contract at Doncaster after 3 years, he's going to get that game time both at Maidstone and at Doncaster. But from now onwards, anything goes. He could go anywhere. He could sign for anyone, depending on how he's got on. So Goku's been given the number 11 shirt at Doncaster in his first season, 44 appearances in League 1, 24 goals, so clearly he has not been fazed by the step up in football. 3 assists, 2 penalties scored, 9 player of the matches. He's also scored goals in the FA Cup as well. How did Doncaster get on though? I mean, did they finish? They did just get, no, they didn't get promoted. I think they were in the same division, but they were 8th in the Sky Bet League 1. So they just missed on the playoffs. Oh, well, I say just missed. They were 8 points off the playoffs. But Goku was the top goal scorer, the best average rating, and the most player of the matches. So very similar to his one season in the Vanarama National South. So a very good season for Goku there. No trophies, I don't think. He didn't really win anything. We'll have a look at the milestones. So with Doncaster, he broke the Sky 1 league record for most player of the matches. So he's a league record there. Top goal scorer. Did he win any individual awards? I don't think he did. He was in the Players Select. He was in the Team of the Year that year. So he managed to get into the Team of the Year. But no individual honours. So he wasn't the best player or anything like that. You know, he was in Doncaster's best 11, but nothing saved for that. But if we look at his stats, so 16 dribbling and finishing, very good stats. We can see he's got his physicals are now starting to turn into, rather than 10s, they're now 14s, 13s, 12s, a lot of them seem to be. So I would say a fairly successful season for Goku. Only capped at under 20 level, though, so he still hasn't got any under 21 caps for Spain as of yet. Has he declared for Spain? Has he said that that's going to be his country? Not yet. He hasn't declared, so he still could play for England. He's also been labelled the next Fernando Torres. And as a Liverpool fan, if he can turn out like Fernando Torres, that would be an amazing thing to see. So let's have a look at our second player. Let's have a look at Vegeta. Has he managed to get games for Barcelona this season? He has. So he's got 1 game in the Champions League, 5 off the bench and scored 4 goals. But 12 appearances, 7 off the bench, 4 goals, 3 assists, a penalty and a player of the match. So he is now being implemented into the first team of Barcelona. So 3 goals in the Spanish Cup, 2 in the Super Cup. Still played in the Under-19 Champions League, so he can still play in that competition. And he also played in the Olympics as well. So Vegeta, 18 and 17, so a lot better than Goku when it comes to the finishing, the dribbling. He's also got 16 in agility and 20 determination. We've seen that in the last episode. And we also seen he is a wonder kid. So they are predicting big things for Prince Vegeta. He's also been given the number 11 shit as well. So that's how much they rate him at Barcelona. So the same with Goku. Let's see how Barcelona got on. They came second in the Spanish First Division, and Jurgen Klopp's now in charge of Barcelona. Did he come straight from Liverpool? He did. He moved straight from Liverpool to Barcelona. So the amount of really good coaches that Vegeta's getting trained under is increasing. And if we pull up the Barca team, so if we go to senior squad, so he was their starting striker. So I don't know what's happened to Suarez. He might have benched Suarez, but then Suarez is 34 now. You know, he's coming towards the end of his career. So Vegeta might have found himself a first team place at Barcelona. Did Vegeta win anything though? Did he win any trophies with Barcelona? Named in the season best. He was Young Player of the Year. So that is an honour we're going to count. So he did win Young Player of the Year. So that's obviously done very well in the league. He's won the Spanish Super Cup and the Under-19 Cup as well. Although I'm not sure if we classed that in last season. I'll have to go back and check the tapes on that one. But he did manage to win the Under-19 Cup and he won the Spanish Super Cup. So a lot of honours are starting to come in now for Vegeta. They're starting to recognise him as potentially a very, very good player. So the last thing we need to do now is to compare the two. So we'll always compare Goku on the left, Vegeta on the right. And if we look at the overview, there is a very clear gap now. Vegeta is starting to pull away from Goku as far as his individual attributes are concerned. The only stat that Goku can really match him on is speed. His vision is close, he's only one away on the vision. But everything else is at least 2 or 3 points difference. So Vegeta is definitely the better player as of right now. And if we look at the individual attributes, well, Vegeta is better at everything. There is not one stat that Goku is better than Vegeta. So clearly the first team football for Vegeta after his... Well, it's going to be their 4th season now. Is starting to reap rewards and give Vegeta the edge when it comes to these two players. We look at the statistics. So now that they're both getting first team games, we can now look at the statistics screen. So Goku had more total appearances and he scored more goals, but you know, if he gets more games, he's going to score more goals. 6 assists for Goku, 5 for Vegeta. No yellow cards or red cards, so very clean players, neither have been booked. And Goku had 10 player of the matches, Vegeta had 4. So again, he had more appearances, so that's kind of to be expected. So these are going to be the stats per 90 minutes. And whereas Goku got more goals per 90 minutes than Vegeta, Vegeta just ruins him on every other stat. So he's got more assists, more key passes, pass completion, shots on target, he's got more tackles, he's covered more distance, and a better average rating as well. And so far, both are still just strikers because they can be trained in other positions as well. So as far as Season 4 goes, we're going to give that to Vegeta, I think. He's got the games for Barcelona. He's been getting Player of the Year or Young Player of the Year in La Liga. He's pulling away statistics-wise. So I think Goku needs to either show the bigger teams that he can score at different levels, or will he maybe rot in League One for the rest of his career? So this is going to be a good time to skip ahead to Season 5. Will Vegeta continue to get games at Barcelona? Will he be their first choice? Will Goku still be a Doncaster? Because the big teams may be sniffing around now that they can see that he scored in both the Vanarama National, the Vanarama National South, and League One. So they might be sniffing because they're still only 19. You've got to remember, they're still very young players. There's a lot of room for development. Goku can still catch Vegeta. So we'll go ahead to Season 5 and we'll see how these two Saiyans got on in their 5th season? Yeah, 5th season in professional football. Here we are at the end of Season 5. Let's see how our players have got on. Oh, they've both moved to the German First Division. Prince Vegeta's got a massive move to Bayern Munich. He's worth 60 million on 135 grand a week. And Son Goku's moved to Freiburg. That's incredible. Oh, he's unhappy. So he wants to leave the club. Let's have a look at Goku first. So, 20 years old now, Goku. He's obviously got to move to Freiburg in the German First Division. Only 16 appearances and 5 goals, though. Although he is now described as a wonder kid. Pretty good stats all round. I think his dribbling and finishing have gone up a bit. No green stats as of yet, though, so that's something to keep an eye on. 5 under-21 caps, though, so he's finally been recognised at under-21 level and scored 1 under-21 goal as well. So there's pretty good going for old Son Goku. We'll have a look at his career stats. Right, that makes sense. We moved halfway through the season. So he was at Doncaster. He played 25 times, scored 11 goals for them. But then halfway through the season, moved to Freiburg in a 10.25 million deal. So that's why he has only played 16 games in the league and 5 goals. So overall, Goku's got his move away from England. He's now playing his trade in Germany. We'll have a look at the milestones to see if he's won anything in between. He's become Freiburg's record signing and Doncaster's record sale all at the same time. But they got relegated. That was going to be the next thing I was going to check. That might be why he's unhappy. So Freiburg, they came, let's have a look. So the bottom of the league, 19 points from 34 games. And to be fair, I'd be unhappy if I was Goku as well. Because he's obviously gone to Europe thinking he's going to smash it in Germany. But clearly they've been relegated, so maybe he didn't have the best team around them. So Goku, he is their key player though. So it'll be interesting to see whether he drops down to the German second division or if he moves on to another club. So Goku's got his move away. He's considering his options. He wants to leave due to the club getting relegated. So that kind of explains why he's unhappy. But in the same league, I think the opposite's true for Prince Vegeta, who's got his move to Bayern Munich. And we can see some green stats popping up now. His dribbling and finishing were already 15 anyway. But penalty taking, determination we already knew, and agility all in the green. And he looks to be a brilliant player. He's 9 appearances in the Champions League, including off the bench. 5 goals scored. 18 games, 7 off the bench, only 9 goals. So you'd think he would have done a little bit better than 9 goals on 18 games. But that's 1 in 2 as far as when he's starting. But if we include the bench appearances, 25 appearances, 9 goals, 2 assists, 1 player of the match. Arguably, you could say he's done better there, or could have done better, I should say. But he's played the German Cup, the German Super Cup. He's also been capped by Spain. So he's got his international full debut. No goals yet, but at 20 years old, he is in the Spanish team. So if we take a look at the career stats then, £75 million. Oof, that is a monster signing for Prince Vegeta. So Bayern spent a lot of money to get Vegeta into the club. 7.40 average rating, so not too bad. If we have a look at the milestones, so he won the Super Cup. He's become Bayern's most expensive Spanish player. Very specific there, he's the most expensive Spanish player. So he's won the Super Cup with Bayern Munich. He's won the first division, so he's got his first league title with Bayern Munich. He was also he wasn't in the team of the year, but he did make the best 11 for the season. So both got their move to Germany with opposite results. So we'll do the comparison just to see how they do compare. And the gap that was there before has pretty much stayed the same. They're now equal on speed, but slightly less on the physical. But Vegeta kind of wins out on everything else, to be honest with you. I think next season's going to be, if Goku gets his move, and they can have a season-by-season guide, we might have a better idea as to who the better performer is in the league. But as far as attributes go, it's all Vegeta, to be honest with you. There's like we did last season. Although Goku does have better leadership skills than Vegeta. So he does improve there. But everything else is all Vegeta. There's a few things like finishing that are equal. Tackling is not really that important. Vision, balance, and acceleration that are pretty much the same. But other than that, Vegeta is definitely the better player. So we look at the statistics. So this is bearing in mind that Goku's only played half a season for Freiburg. But obviously Vegeta's got the more goals, got more assists, got more player of the matches. Vegeta has more goals per 90 minutes. But Goku has the more assists and the more key passes. So Goku's more of a team player this seems than Vegeta. Whereas Vegeta just seems to be the the guy who just smashes in all the goals for Bayern Munich. So now that they're in the same league, did they have a game where they played in the same match? If we look at schedule, so it would have been after the January transfer window. So they played in November. They lost 3-1. Oh, neither team scored, but Goku got a 6.8. And if we look at the match, did Vegeta play in that match? He did, but he got subbed off in the 79th minute. A 7.2 average rating. No, you can't really see that, but he's got a 7.2 average rating as Vegeta, whereas Goku had a 6.8. So neither got a goal or assist, but Vegeta was the better player. So a very interesting end to Season 5. So we're going to go one more year to Season 6 and see, does Goku move away from Freiburg? Does he maybe go to a team still in the Germany First Division? Does he stick around? Does he try it in the Second Division of German football? And how is Vegeta going to press on at Bayern Munich? Is he going to get another league title? Is he going to go for Champions League? Top goal scorer maybe? It's all in his hands. Also, Vegeta's on 135 grand a week. That's some fair coinage for a 20-year-old player. So we'll come back for the end of Season 6. So many questions. We need answers. We'll see you at the end of Season 6. It's the year 2023 now. The end of Season 6. Let's have a look at our players and see how they got on. So they didn't move clubs. So Goku, even though he got relegated to the Second Division, stayed at Freiburg for the season. So he's now worth 16.75 million, 24.5 grand a week. And Vegeta obviously still stayed at Bayern Munich. It does look like they're both being retrained, though, of the positions. So we'll have a look at those in a second. But we'll have a look at Goku first. So as you can see, 21 years old. First thing I can see, he's had a cap for Spain. So Spain have capped him. He's not going to be playing for England. He is a Spanish international. Only the one cap. Hasn't scored any goals for them. But he only got the 521 caps as well. So not quite as recognised as Vegeta. So he played all season in the Second Division of Germany. 17 goals, 7 assists, 8 player of the matches. Played in the cup as well. We got 2 goals and 1 player of the matches. Nothing really standing out for me in the attributes. Obviously, naturally, they're going to go up. But we've still yet to see any greens other than the dribbling and the finishing. So Goku is slightly less developed than Vegeta. But that might be because of the teams he's played for rather than how he's been doing. Because he's been smashing the goals everywhere he's gone. So we'll have a look at the career stats. So 34 appearances, 17 goals, all league football obviously. 7.44. It's not quite his best season. His best was in the Vanarama South. But it is a much higher level competition than the Vanarama South. So to be fair, he's 242 appearances in the league, 121 goals. So that's exactly 1 in 2 that in the league. You cannot complain about stats like that. But did Freiburg go straight back up to the First Division? They did. So they come first in the Spanish Second Division. In the German First Division, or rather. But they did top the league. He didn't get top goal scorer. He wasn't in the top 3 either. But he did have the highest average rating. And he did have the second most player of the matches as well. So he did alright. He got them back up to the First Division. But I think I did notice, if we go back over to him, he is wanted by Newcastle and Tottenham. So a move to England might be in the cards for Son Goku. Might be going back to where he started in England. Obviously going to a Premier League team, if they are still Premier League teams. Newcastle, yep, 7th in the Premier League. Tottenham, 6th in the Premier League. So top 10 English clubs are sniffing around Son Goku. Did he win any individual honours though? Did he get any Player of the Years? He did get the winners of the German Second Division, so he's got that trophy in his cabinet. But nothing else. So he didn't win Player of the Year or anything like that. Just the standard Second Division. So he's got his first league title. It is the Second Division. Although, did he win in the Vanarama National? Did he win? I can't remember. I don't think they won it, did they? Did they win it? Yes, they did. So it is a second league title. So it's not his first. So he has, history of winning competitions. So we'll have a look at Vegeta. Did he have a good season? He had a higher average rating than Goku. So 21 years old Vegeta, number 9 for Bayern Munich. And there's a lot of green stats showing on his attributes here. A lot of technical, mental and physical. Champions Cup, 7 goals in the Champions League. They didn't win it, but he got 7 goals in there. 27 goals in 33 appearances in the German First Division. So in the Bundesliga, Vegeta is smashing in the goals. Got a few in the German Cup and some international goals as well. So 14 caps for Spain, 7 goals. He's a 1-in-2 man at international level. He's only 21 years old. So the future is bright for Prince Vegeta. He's also trained as a left winger. So they could be putting him on the wing. But we'll have a look at Bayern. They did come top of the German First Division. Did they win it by a lot? Ooh, only 3 points from Dortmund. So it wasn't as clear-cut as they would like it to be. But he was the top goal scorer. He did have the highest average rating. Didn't have highest play of the matches though. He's not on the top 3. But did he win any individual honours? He is their key player as well. So he's developing very quickly, is Prince Vegeta. But let's see, did he win any individual honours? So they won the First Division. They also won the Cup as well. So Vegeta's got his hands on the German Cup. So he's also won that competition. But nothing else. Didn't win any Player of the Year or anything like that. I mean, how did they get on in the Champions League? Because they would have been in the Champions League. So they got out the group stage. They had Real Madrid in the first knockout round. They won 4-0 with Vegeta getting in on the goals. They got to the quarterfinals. They got against Man United. They beat United in the quarterfinals. They lost in the semi-finals to Chelsea on away goals. So they almost got to the Champions League final, but didn't quite make it. But they did win the German Cup, so Vegeta does have trophies in his trophy cabinet. So we'll do as we normally do at the end of the season. We'll compare the two. We'll have a look at the graph. We'll see if he's pulling away even more. And yeah, I mean, he's pulling away even more from Goku. There is Vegeta. He is just so much more physical, mentally, even aerial. Technical-wise, there's not much of a gap. I mean, technical attacking and vision and speed, there's not much between the two players. But it's when it comes to the physical, the mental, that's where Vegeta kind of pulls away from Son Goku there. And we look at the attributes individually. Goku's still got that leadership over Vegeta, but Vegeta is in every other stat except for aggression and acceleration. Vegeta is better than Goku in every attribute. So it's very clear at this point who the better player is. And as far as who am I going to give it to for the season, if we look at the statistics, so they both had a full season in them. Vegeta got the most goals per 90 minutes. Goku got the more assists and key passes. So the same as last season. So Goku seems to be more helping out Vegeta, whereas Vegeta just smashes in the goals. He is the fulcrum of the team. He is the man grabbing the goals for Bayern Munich. So as far as season 3 goes, I think I got to give it again to Vegeta. He has just smashed it for Bayern Munich, a top club, and he is showing why he is an elite striker at this level. So that's going to be the 3 seasons we are going to see in this episode. We're going to wrap it up with our statistics screen like we did at the end of episode 1. We'll compare the two and we'll see who looks to be the better player 6 seasons in. So we'll cut to the end of the 6th season review. So here we are at the stats comparison screen, and yeah, as you can see, stats, clubs, everything's gone up, transfer fees have gone up, so a lot of movement in this episode. What's really interesting to see is that Vegeta's got 14 national caps and 7 goals, and at the end of the last episode, he had the exact same record, but for the under-21s. So if by the end of his under-21 career, which is 28 caps, 15 goals, that's not a bad return for someone at national level. But as you can see, look at the trophy cabinets. I would say Vegeta's got the better trophy cabinet, whereas Goku's got 2 league cups in his trophy cabinet. He's got the German second division. He's got the Vanarama National South. Vegeta's got 2 German First Divisions and a German Cup. Super Cup and Under 19 Cup, but neither here or there. But those are the major trophies. Plus he's gone for the most amount of money as well. So that's going to be it for the end of Season 2, guys. As you can see, anything can change at any time. Who do you think in the comments below is going to have a better next 3 years? Is Goku going to break away from Freiburg, get to a big team and show Vegeta how it's done? Or is Vegeta going to just power through as he is for Bayern Munich? Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to be the better player in 3 seasons' time. I say better player not necessarily attribute-wise, but who's going to have the most impact in their teams. So as always, please leave a like if you enjoyed the experiment so far. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager experiments and series. And hopefully we'll catch you for this next episode where we get the 7th, 8th and 9th years of these 2 players' career. For the experiment, we're going to be uploading every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 PM GMT. Also catch out my Super Swan series, which airs on Monday, Wednesday and Fridays. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will hopefully catch you in the next one.